Namaste. I am Nagarathna Vinayak Joshi, Harikatha artist, Hubli, Karnataka. Yonta pravishya mama vachamimam prasuptam sanjeevayati akhila shakti dharaswadhamna anyancha hastacharana shravanatvagadin pranan namo bhagavate purushaya tubhyam. Sankalpa matra parikalpita vastujalam premardrashilam adhimanusha divyalilam Bhattanukulam anavadya kripalavalam Sri Satya Sai Namaham Pranatosmi Nityam. Let us start today's Subhashita, which is the 6th one in your academic syllabus. Yo dhruvani parityajya adhruvani nichevate dhruvani tasya nashyanti adhruvam nashtamevahi. In this world, there are two things. One is perishable and one is imperishable. One is permanent and another one is impermanent. So, in our life, what this Subhashita says is, Yo dhruvani parityajya. Dhruva means it is nishchita. Jatasya hi dhruvo mrutyuhu dhruvam janma mrutasya cha. Tasmad apariharyarthe natvam shochitu marhasi. Jatasya hi dhruva mrutyuhu. Krishna says. Dhruva means nishchita. It's decided. It's permanent. Nobody or nothing can change that. Dhruvo means it is nishchita. It is permanent. It is imperishable. So, here yo dhruvani parityajya. All of us come across two things in our lives. One is perishable and one is imperishable. And usually we have to choose the imperishable thing so that we can achieve that in life. Sometimes what will happen, leaving behind the imperishable thing, we will go behind the perishable thing, wherein we may not achieve the goal, and by that usually we will be losing both imperishable and perishable. Going behind the perishable thing, wasting our time, money and life behind that, chasing away that which cannot be achievable, we will have short of time, or we may not achieve the imperishable thing which was in our hand. So, here we can say, in other way, we have to choose the permanent thing. In our life, we have so many fields, for example, isn't it? But everybody wants to become an engineer or doctor. Everybody's will is to get the CET clear and then get good marks, or NEET clear and then get good marks and go for engineering or medicine. We don't have other fields at all. Some people may be capable of doing that. It is nothing like capacity. It is interest. It is the inbuilt talent. It is the creativity for which God has created you. God has not created all of us to become engineers or doctors. If that was the case, then the whole world would have been filled with engineers and doctors. For example, I am telling, God has created us to be different persons. One is good at fine arts, one is good at music, one is good at sports. Now see, Bhimshin Joshi and Balamurali Krishna, they would have become only doctors. What nice things they could have achieved by becoming doctors. Or Virat Kohli or MS Dhoni, if they too would have become engineers or doctors, then where would have been their contribution to the cricket world? So, God has created all of us to do different things. That doesn't mean there should not be engineers and doctors. They are very much necessary. They are part of the society. But there are people who are meant for doing that, who have got passion in that, who are interested to do that, unless simply pushing people to be engineers or doctors. Our parents would do that. We as parents, we do that. You have to become an engineer or a doctor. Nothing more than that we want, we parents. So what will happen is, the child or a boy or a girl who might be having incredible talent in some other field may not be getting the opportunity to achieve that, and waste precious moments, precious years of her or his life chasing behind something perishable which they cannot achieve. And at last, one day they would realize that this was not the field I should have chosen. Therein he doesn't have time to choose the field in which he was supposed to achieve. Or he may change the field at that moment, but he may be lagging behind in the energy, age factor, or the creative enthusiasm to achieve the same. It would have been few years back, he could have achieved more. So such things are better explained by this shloka. As far as Laukika definition is concerned, for Adhyatmika definition, I am coming, spiritual definition. Yo dhruvani parityajya, which is good for me, which is being a truthful thing for me in future, a righteous thing, which field would be better for me, which field would permanently be achievable for me, that thing we have to continue with that. If avoiding that in our life, if we go behind or if we chase on some other thing which is not meant for us, we will not be able to achieve in that field. If we are not interested, even though by just getting the degrees, we are not going to achieve much in that field. We can see so many such failure persons in our life. That is because they have left out the dhruva thing, and they are running behind a dhruva. What will happen? The shloka says, dhruvani tasya nashyanti. The permanent thing he is not going to get. Because the permanent thing, the truthful thing, the thing which he was supposed to do, he has already left that field. So he is not going to get that. And he is chasing behind something which is adhruva, which is impermanent, which is perishable. At that moment, what will happen? He will not be able to achieve in that also. So he will not get that also. So by this melancholy situation actually, by this dilemma, bewilderness, he will lose both dhruva and adhruva. Likewise, if we come to spiritual field, God is dhruva, and all these vishayopabhogas, the physical luxuries, this is adhruva. We will never go behind God actually. We don't want to go in a path. Right? Yes, going behind the God means what? Not only chanting His name, but following the dharmasya prabhurachyutaha, the path of righteousness, which God has assigned us through Upanishads and Vedas. So such things are to be followed. Satyam vada, dharmanchara. All these things have to be followed. This is dhruva. Dharmasya prabhurachyutaha, isn't it? The Achyuta is the one who is the Prabhu, who is the owner of Dharma. So if we go in a path which is righteous, and then we will be achieving the eternal bliss or immortality. This is the second meaning, second part of this shloka, which shows us the spiritual meaning of the shloka. So, yo dhruvani parityajya, the God who is Dhruva, we leave him behind. And then what will happen? Dhruvani, these worldly things, these physical luxuries, we think that these are permanent. But one or the other day they will perish. So, again, we have wasted our life throughout thinking about these perishable things, doing these perishable things. And then, Angam galitam palitam mundam dashana vihinam jatam tundam ruddho yati gruhitva dandam tadapi namunchati asha pindam bhaja govindam govindam bhaja mudamate samprapte sannihite kale nahi rakshati dukrum karane. One aged person was practicing actually dukrum karane. It was a sutra of grammar, Sanskrit Vyakarana. He was at the age of 70 years old. Then Shankara Bhagavad Pada watches him and tells him, you are reciting dukrum karane. You are repeating that Vyakarana Sutra. You want to learn it. But you are now 70. Bhaja govindam mudamate. Oh mudamate. This is from your childhood. You must have worshipped God. And you could have walked in the righteous path, and then you could have achieved the foremost truth of life, that is immortality, the God Himself, reaching the God Himself, the Almighty. You have not done that. Angam galitam palitam mundam dashana vihinam jatam tundam. You have lost your sight, your teeth, your hearing capacity. All your organs are not working properly. You can't even walk. You are having a walking stick in your hand. Tadapinna munchatyasha pindam. Even then, you are sahi bhavati daridro yasya trishna vishala. You are filled with lot many desires, and still you don't want to go or worship the God, Lord Almighty. So, bhaja govindam mudamate. This world is a dhruva, and you have to worship the dhruva. So, the God is dhruva, and all other vishayopabhogas, the physical luxuries are adhruva. So, this shloka has got two meanings. One is peripheral, and one is very much spiritual. So, I explained you both the meanings. So, we have to choose a path which is dhruva, which is permanent, which is imperishable, which is good, and which is of our taste. So, yo dhruvani parityajya adhruvani nishevate dhruvani tasya nashyanti adhruvam nashtamevahi. Namaste. Om Sri Sai Ram.